You should be super excited about Terra Luna Classic, and I'm going to show you why right now. So guys, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Thank you for coming in, lunatics. Let's check it out. Okay, number one, the House right now in the United States, the government is running approval. The House just passed, the Rules Committee passed a rule allowing consideration of crypto bills on the floor. That means the Genius Act, the Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act, the Clarity Act, all of these things are about to be voted on and allowed to come to the floor. Also, yesterday, the Federal Reserve, in conjunction with a few other agencies, issued guidelines for banks on how to work with crypto. Are you bullish yet? Because you really should be at this point very, very bullish. Now, let's take it a step further. There's a famous crypto analyst by the name of Javon Marks. And what he says is that he thinks that Terra Luna Classic is about to do about a 5x. He says 550%, going to 3 zeros, 42.95, and he believes that this sort of, he's looking at the chart, he's a data guy just like me. He looks at the chart, he tells you what he thinks is getting ready to happen, and he's got a very bullish prediction right now, thinking that 3 zeros, 42.95. I'll show you on the chart in just a few moments about that. Just take that as news right now and understand that is a good thing. Also, if you haven't already, sign up for Terra Casino. I got the approval for the giveaway. We're going to be giving away some money here if you guys sign up. Don't forget, you can bet weekly. You can bet weekly. You can win up to €1 million. There is a fantastic amount of stuff going on here, guys. This is a wonderful platform. Make sure you sign up today. If you want to trade the Believes meme coin or any other meme or utility coin in the Terra Luna Classic network, terraport.finance is the place for you. All you have to do is connect your wallet, go to the swap over here, and you can trade whatever it is that you want. And it's very inexpensive. It's using Luna Classic as your fee, and it also does one of the top burns in all of Terra Luna Classic. Now, let's get into the news. We had these things. We got a burn to earn future redemption program, which is in discussion right now, and then the community support for the USTC staking system. Now, whereas that does not look like it's going to pass, what we've got so far is a lot of voting in the negative on this. Just a lot, by the way. So we got Jesus is Lord voting no, Community First voting no. Again, make sure you validate with people who support whatever it is that you think is important. Now, if we go to governance, we look at the proposal itself right here. We pop it up and we can look at, is there any notes right here? First, can't access the prop link. I see no value in USTC staking. If staking, then it should be enabled through integration of Alliance module. This one says, yes, worth exploring. USTC staking is an interesting concept, provided the next detailed proposal fully addresses the concerns raised by the community. USTC differs from native staked LUNC. Reward distribution slows chain transaction speed by a ratio of 10 times. Separate anchor protocol can offer finance management functions. So people are kind of split on it. Vegas himself says this is simply a signal proposal to gauge community sentiment regarding USTC staking. A detailed technical proposal will follow if this passes. So he's voting yes on it because that's what he's saying. Strathcole, on the other hand, says, in our opinion, USTC staking is not something for L1. Also, we would not consider any of the possible funding sources as viable. Overall, this is a clear no from us. So there's a lot of discussion over there. Again, validate with the people who support what it is that you think. And if you agree with any of those, make sure that that's who your validator is. Lost 18 billion in validations for Node, minus 45 million. There's something going on here, and it's not a great sign, by the way. I do want to stress this. This means that people are actively looking. And the reason that I say this is when you look at the amount staked, it's under $1 trillion right now, but it's 18 billion coming out, but I don't see 18 billion getting moved back into anybody. There's a couple days ago, Vegas Nodes lost 61 billion. I don't see 61 billion being layered back in here on any of these. So somebody is out here stacking their chips, and that could lead to a potential sell-off. So we do have to pay attention to that. We do have to watch that. Orion lost 20 billion, but I don't see it replaced. When you look around, you see Lunk Live got 1.6 billion. Fair enough. We've got 1.1 billion on Community First. Fair enough, but that's only about 2.5. Then down here, you got another one for 1.44 billion. That's about 4 billion maybe total at the max at this point. But then you come down this list, there can't be too many billions down here at the bottom because they don't have that much stake. So a lot of this unstaking right now could lead to some very nervous sentiment. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how it goes. Not a great sign though. That's and also, by the way, it could be being moved over into other chains, or not other chains, but it could be moved to somewhere else for a better staking ratio. For example, Terraport.finance, if they're paying out better than than Station or the basic validator security, then maybe people are moving it around. I don't know yet, but we are watching it. As far as burns go, we're going to move that a little bit forward here. We're up a little bit on the day to 1.2 billion, but that's going to fall off again tomorrow. We're going to see that collapse really. Leonardo, they're still working on Clay, going through the process over here. I don't have any real update for you in this regard. There's a lot of conversation happening right here, but there hadn't been enough support for it at this point. So, I don't know where it ends up going. Also, in looking around the chain, there's small burns here and there, stuff like that. But again, we're in kind of a wait and see mode. Now, the reason that we're in the wait and see mode is because Bitcoin went to an all-time high of 123,700 and then started dipping down to 117,000. It's currently trading at about 118,000 right now. So let's look at the chart real quick. When it comes to Bitcoin, again, we're down about $40 billion on the day, but we were down up to $90 billion at one point. So it looks like a very quick and fast reversal. The Dow Jones is down on the day for the United States. Also, the reason for that is because CPI, core inflation for the United States, went up instead of down. Donald Trump's been telling you that gas is $1.98 for a long time. Well, it's $3.49 where I live. And most people who are telling me and telling me, oh, you just don't understand, bro, at $1.98, it's actually $2.70 or $2.89 in their region. So none of that was real. Egg prices, however, are down. What does that mean? Well, it's an inflation thing. And look, if oil prices remain sticky and gas prices remain high, this remains a problem because you cannot lower inflation unless oil and gas prices come down. And really, it's gas prices, not oil prices. That's a song for a different album. That's where your inflation is sticky. And by the way, the reason that I say that is because gasoline for transporting goods and services is prohibitively expensive right now. And it has to be absorbed by the community. The community is us. We're the buyers. So as long as gas prices are out of control, and they are, then we're going to experience the same thing. So let's look at Terra Luna Classic and get an idea of where we go next. Now, why is Javon giving you that breakout and saying that 42.95 seems to be the spot? Well, because that comes up here into the top of this little range over here. If you look at some of the Fibonacci's and you kind of break down some of the regions and the zones, and you see the 2618 right there, that's what he's talking about. Basically, if I drew this out completely, I'm just kind of eyeballing, but from the top here to the bottom here, drawing it out puts us in that 3042 range. So that's exactly what he's coming up with, and he thinks that 2618 breakout is probably on tap. So that's where you're getting that number from. But of course, in order to get there, it does take a breakout above the range that we're currently at. Now, the question at this point would be, can we get to that level? Now, here we are. This is a daily, so what you're seeing right now, a little consolidation over the last couple of days after this move off of the bottom. I told you guys that I expected it to hit the bottom about 2 weeks ago. Did hit the bottom 2 weeks ago. Now we're looking at that move back towards the upside. So if that is the case, in fact, then we could see a continued breakout. Now, the important part right now is zooming in just a little bit. You can see, we're going to remove that right there. That 200 MA is barreling right now. Down, 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 down. It's at 68.76. So this continues moving. This reverses. Guess what? We've got a golden cross. Golden cross usually mean pricey go uppy. So what we're looking at is that crossover there. You can see the purple line right here and that yellow line right there. They're about to converge on one another. When they converge on one another, it's generally a bullish sign. Now, it is not the reason that it pumps. That's just that this is a lagging indicator. But last time we got that, boom, amazing pump. Last time we got that, boom, amazing pump. So the next time we get it, probably boom, amazing pump. Now, how amazing will it be? That depends on liquidity in the market. We could see a massive move, or maybe we don't see anything. Also, USTC down back below 1.4 cents, didn't sustain that rally, did break above the 200. That's a really good sign. Zooming in on it, Basically, the same thing is happening over here. The last time we got the cross over here, the golden cross, boom, had a big time rally up to 3 cents. This time, we've got the move above the 200 MA bullish indicator. We're still above the 200, but the 50 is curling here, and it's going to start rising up and crossing over, and then boom, you've got that bullish crossover in a couple days, and that should lead to some price performance, or it really would be indicative of existing price performance from this move. But you get my point. It's kind of an indicator that, you know, if you catch this at the right time, boom, it absolutely goes crazy. So it looks like we're still supporting the structure as well. So all good things right now. We're not seeing the price action. We're not seeing the big movement like we would like to see, but we are seeing some positivity. Also, we're down a little bit on the day, but we're above 10 million. That's a good sign. We're also up 16 million more trading on USTC right now than there is on Terra Luna Classic. And by the way, for one of these protocols that does have some USTC for staking, and there's a purpose for the USTC staking, one of these layer 2s might come up with a really solid staking proposal and give us a really good idea of what to do next. That's, you know, that's entirely possible. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. In closing, meme coin prices a little bit of a kind of sideways for the day. Terra down 3%, Juris up 1%. Just kind of range. It's kind of range bound right now, waiting for that next big leg up in the market. That big leg up in the market might be stifled by rising inflation in the United States. The fact that Jerome Powell is going to be proven right by the data really, really sucks. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And remember, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right.